Hey, welcome back to Whiskey Gas Garage. My name is Chad Scott. I am your host, and we are so glad that you're here with us today. You know, Dolly Parton used to say, the best way to get over one man is to get under another. And that's kind of how we're feeling here. I mean, not about men at all, but we did sell the Renault R5. So the R5 has gone off to its new home to a father and son team who really love this car. They're already starting to improve it and do some things to it, and they're going to drive it this spring. So we were sad to see it go. But what that left is a hole because my wife said we can have 10 cars at any one time. So now we have 9. And so, which means that, you know, we have 9 project cars, but we need 10. So I was on the Face Space Marketplace today, thumbing, doing my thing, and ran across a car that I feel justified in going to get. Now, it's in Logan, Utah, and that's the home of Utah State University, turns out. And this young feller there named Liam has got this car that he tried to rescue out of a field after about 20 years out of Portland, Oregon. I'm going to tell you the whole story. But right now, we're going to drive 1,000 miles. We've got exactly 18 hours to do it. So we are westbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're going to put the trailer on the excursion, and we're going to head, drive all night, as it turns out. Got to be there in the morning by 9 a.m. to pick up this car because he's getting ready to go out of town. And then drive straight back because they're going to be back by home by 5 o'clock, technically tonight. Doesn't matter. 18 hours straight. You all come with us on this adventure. You'll feel justified in this adventure. We'll all feel justified. Y'all hang in, hang out, and hang on. I can't stress enough the importance of good oral hygiene. We drove all night, and now we're about 45 miles outside of Logan, Utah, at a rest area where I actually had the chance to grab a few minutes of rest. Couldn't meet the guy till 8. Made great time. Didn't realize that the roads here in across Wyoming and across Utah, 2-lane roads, just little scary, windy 2-lane roads, 80 miles an hour. 80. Our truck did well, perfect. Our little trailer, perfect. And then we're at this huge lake. It is just absolutely stunning this morning. We're by this big lake here at the rest area. And I apparently rested really well, and I'm the only mother trucker on this road because we're the only one at the rest area. So, but make sure you brush your teeth, and you know, when you rinse, we're going to rinse with Pepsi Max. And then for breakfast, we're having a Crunch Bar and Pepsi Max. That's how we roll here at Whiskey Gas Garage. Y'all hang in, hang out, and hang on. I'm going to hit a few more miles down here, and then we're going to meet this feller Liam and get justified. Hey, she's windy and cold this morning. I mean, it's cold, but we are right on the edge of Bear Lake, driving up to Logan, Utah. And you know, I don't often stop and just film stuff, but man, this is beautiful out here. I don't mean it's a little pretty. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful. You can see the waves on the lake blowing in. That's how windy it is, and the huge mountains in the background. I mean, it is just stunning all the way around here. So, way to go, Logan, Utah. You got something going on.
All right, fellas, what just happened?
Hey, welcome out to Whiskey Gas Garage. My name is Chad Scott. I'm your host. So excited to be here. And listen, sitting next to this handsome young fella who's clearly got bedhead because he's a teenager and he just got out of bed. But this is Liam Wood.
Liam, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, we're here in Logan, Utah. I'm a senior in high school, and that's my Subaru Justy. This nice man just picked up. So
What's her name?
her name's Justine.
Of course it is.
Just so you know.
You know,
Say
I've
no.
been
So you gotta
teasing
pass it
this.
along.
I've been teasing this to all our viewers. We're calling it. We're going to Logan, to Utah, and it's going to be a justified trip.
Hey, there we go. That's good.
Yeah, somebody likes a pun.
There we
Well,
go.
listen, we want to thank this handsome young fella Liam and his entire family for showing so much grace and empathy as we drove up here to pick this up. Plus, to be honest, he gave us a smoking deal. And tell us why. Give me the history of this car.
So
Tell me about her.
This car sat in a field for a long time. It spent most of its time in Oregon. And then I was going to use it as my daily because it has four-wheel drive. So I was going to daily it over the winter, and the brakes went out pretty bad right after I got it running.
Yeah.
So I just had to get rid of it. And put it into the other car.
Hey, well, we've got a family already in mind in Fort Collins, Colorado for this disabled veteran who's going to be taking this car and making magic happen with it. And it's all thanks to Liam, who is, you always know when they're raised right because they're car kids from the very beginning. This kid took a car out of a field, got it running, and then, sometimes you got to know when enough is enough, though. I mean, yeah, we all have. Man's got to know his limitations. That's the outlaw Josie Wales. He'll watch that someday when he gets older. So anyway, we really appreciate you, Liam. We appreciate you being your dad. Just subscribe to the page, and now you're going to tell all your friends to subscribe to the page.
Yep.
Probably not. You're
No,
more
we're
of
gonna
a
watch
Discord
it.
guy.
No, this is
No, I'm just kidding. But we'll start this episode. Hopefully, we'll have this drop next week. Remember, we're on our way out to Joplin, Missouri to run duct tape drags, 24 hours of lemons. And we want you guys to hang in, hang out, and hang on.
Boom.
There we go.
Hey, I need to apologize for you guys, but I wanted you to see the car. There was no way we could film getting it running and driving. It was absolutely pouring the rain, and we were sitting out kind of in a mushy yard, and no cover, no porch, no nothing. But it didn't fight us too bad. We had to run a little starting fluid through it and do a little adjustments on the carburetor, but we got her running and driving at least enough to get her up on the trailer. So thank you all so much. Hang in, hang out, and hang on. Hey, how we doing? It's Chad Scott with Whiskey Gas Garage, and we're coming across Bear Lake Mountain. Bear Lake Mountain is between Logan, Utah, and Bear Lake, Utah, and we're at about 12,000 feet. So it goes from about 5 up to 12, and then back down to 5 on the lake. We're pulling the JUSTYfied Subaru Justy that we just picked up from Liam, and You know, it was 86 degrees when I left last night, Colorado. About 10 o'clock, it was starting to cool down a little bit. And up here on Bear Lake Mountain, it is absolutely stunning. I mean, it is snowing everywhere you look. Just look at this, folks. Some other folks have stopped off here to kind of enjoy the scenery, but this is pretty much the zenith of Bear Lake Mountain. And it's just absolutely stunning. I could not stop and take a picture of this for you guys. Sometimes you get a car and you buy it and it's not about the car anymore. It's about the trip. This one's definitely about the trip here out here to Bear Lake and Logan, Utah, and meeting Liam and his family, Will and Lauren and his brothers and sisters. What a privilege to get to do this for you guys. Hang in, hang out, and hang on. All right, guys, we made it back. What a trip. That snow on top of Bear Lake Mountain, I think it was, which turns out I think is the highest point in Utah. Somebody can correct me if they want on that. Was just stunningly beautiful. So, you know, we had the old Bluefus here all loaded up on the trailer and was getting ready to go to Duct Tape Drags when our new car popped up. So our storage lot's getting a little full, which is fine. It's fine. It's going to be just okay. So yeah, our trailer, man, she did a great job. That was her first real big pull. You know, 1,000 miles in 18 hours, not 1 ounce of problem. The bearings stayed cool. It did exactly what we built it for back on that episode. And old Bluefus, she's ready. She's clean. She's shiny. Look at that. We've got all our magnets and stickers, and she's drag race ready, baby. But the real reason we drove all the way to Logan, Utah is right here. It is the 1989 Subaru Justy, 4-wheel drive. I've always liked these cars. And this one looked like it was in pretty good shape from the picture I saw. And there ain't much to them. Now, there just ain't much to them at all. Let's take a nice little walk around and gander at her here. She's all there. She's got a broken windshield, which turns out it's going to be a lot more difficult to find. Now, the history of this car, you heard Liam. Liam found it in Oregon, and him and his dad tried to get her home and save her life. You know, running the old VIN on her through the pocket computer tells me she's got an original 86,000 miles on her. And, you know, we didn't do any video, as you saw, of the us getting it running to get it up on the trailer, but we did get it started finally and got it up on the trailer. But, you know, this is what she looks like. These were 1.2 liter 3-cylinder motors. Absolutely nothing fancy in these at all. These were strictly good old basic transportation, but they did have 4-wheel drive. And I'm talking like 4-wheel drive where you hit a button and it goes from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, however you want to put it. So one of the things that I think is really cool on this is right here, it has been towed. So if you look in right here, the reason that it's got low miles is it was pulled behind an RV for years and years and years. I was able to find, we are technically the third owner, counting Liam and his family, Will. But it was towed behind an RV for years and years and years, just flat towed. And, you know, I don't know if you can flat tow these or not, but apparently it does just fine. So let's get in here and take a look, see what we've gotten ourselves into. You know, guys, she looks pretty clean. I'll just be honest with you. The only rust I've really found, and there's a little right there around the gas cap, you know, where it's the little paint chips. And then, you know, there's a few little, something's happened here, but I can't find any other rust. Even underneath it, the floor pans are solid. There's not a lot of rust. Now, that being said, there are a few pinholes of rust in the muffler, which it's hard to see up under there, but
let's just say pinholes, when in fact the entire muffler is completely gone, completely rusted out. So there's a few little things happening there, but on the inside she's not too bad. She doesn't smell bad. She's got some tears in the seats, you know, welcome to a car from 1989. But overall, you know, she's got a little age marks on her dash there, kind of like old Chad's got on his face from all these years. But she's really, really clean on the inside. And the back seat, let's see here if we can grab it. Oh, there we go. Back seat's nice and clean, you know, a few little tears here and there. Headliner's all there and work. Oh, look at that, the dome light works. So you're really seeing her. All we really got to do when we picked her up, because it was just absolutely raining cats and dogs and chickens and armadillos, and it was raining. All we really got to do was just kind of take a look at the outside of her. We weren't even able to get her under a carport to get the thing running, so we were absolutely soaked. Memo to me, bring extra shoes next time you go on one of these little adventures. Let's see here. I haven't even been in here yet. Oh, it doesn't look like, maybe nope, she doesn't stay up. So shock mounts and towers. Let's see here. I won't put that on my head because that seems the way of wisdom. So I can get up under here. Okay. Little Subaru toolkit. Looks like a jack. The spare. Again, absolutely no rust under there at all, which is really what I wanted to see. She's going to need some shocks because she ain't staying up. She's got tires. Ooh, 13s, boys. What is it with me and 13s? The Yugo, the Triumph, the R5. I must be the king of 13-inch tires. That opens again right up. She's got a little roof rack on her. She's got some pretty deep scratches, a little dent right there. Probably where they loaded something on there that had no business being loaded on there. But that's all right. That'll work fine. That'll do stuff. Let's open the old hood here and see this 1.2 liters of raw emotion. Let's see here. There's could be some kind of knob or okay. We're pulling that a little bit. I didn't hear anything clip or clop. But that's how we got in her last time. Whoa. All right, let me see if I can get this hood lever up in here. All right, so there she is. That's 3 cylinders. Count them. 1, 2, 3. And somebody I've noticed has drilled a bunch of holes in the top of the air cleaner, air filter. That's got to be handy. And there's where the poly bushings would be for the motor mounts. They've got you know, come along straps. Okay, that seems right. That's the way I would do that, is to put come along straps in there. And then there's some wires that are, well, there's the choke cable from the inside. My guess is that's not going to work. Radiator zip tied in. Definitely not the right radiator. I don't know if there's a fan. No electric fan, no shroud at all. Okay. That's fine. We can put one of those in should it become necessary. Or maybe they never had one. Hell, I don't know. We'll have to look at it and find out. Put an old die-hard battery in her. That way she doesn't die easy, she dies hard. So, you know, Master said it's got stuff. What we know, what he told us, was there are no brakes. Well, train coming. I hear that train coming. It's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in working on adjusting. Time keeps dragging on. Okay, enough of that. So it's got stuff. It's got stuff. Now, when we went and picked her up, she was something. She's a little bit buried up in the yard and what have you. But we do get a key to her,
and we did get a clean title. So, you know, we've got what I believe is a pretty good little car here, at least a good starting point. Now, we know she didn't have any brakes. Liam said that, you know, before he had it running a little bit, and then he was going to try to daily it. You know, he's a high school kid. And let me tell you this, a really nice high school kid to go with that. A super, you know, Will and Lauren, his parents, have really raised a good kid there. Not only a good car kid, but a good kid altogether. He was going to try to get it running, and he just, you know, he's just, enough is enough. Once the brakes went out, and we think the brakes might be out now, when we backed it on and off, we didn't use them to get it to lay in its spot. So we're not 100% sure how that's going to work out. But let's, because we've already checked the oil in it. We did all that when we picked her up. And again, I'm sorry I didn't film that, but I was not willing to risk getting my camera ruined doing that in the rain. And it was raining a lot. But we did, let's see if she'll fire up for us. Yeah. Oh, God. Of all the things that always work for the Whiskey Gas Garage, the damn door dinker works just fine when you stick the key in. Remember, Bluefish did the same thing. Let's give her a little gas here. Hit the key. Okay, that wasn't encouraging. There she goes. Yeah, there she's idling, about 1,000. Let's see. Let's check the important stuff. One is, how do you get that damn thing to... All right, you gotta shut that door. Apparently you can just leave that one wide open. Nobody dings for that door. Let's fire up the old steer. Oh, there we go.
Biblically founded conveyors of sound doctrine. Those are the things that we as Christians need to fortify.
Nice. Let's see here. We've got a fan working there. The heater stuff moves back and forth. Oh yeah, that works. We got a little 12-volt charging board. All right, got a ashtray full of thumbtacks. Okay, that usually means the headliner's down in my world. So this is a 5-speed, and there's your 4-wheel drive button. Let's see what. Okay. See there on the dash, your 4-wheel drive, you hit the button, boom, there's all your lights. Now you're in 4-wheel drive, now you're in 2-wheel drive. All right, seems snazzy to me. I'm not gonna argue. But she sounds just fine. Let's check out the old, okay. All right, we've got a manual and, ooh. We got black ice, baby. Black ice. We got some fuses, and it looks like all kinds of stuff here from Les Schwab. Let's see what we got here. Les Schwab tires. Okay, here's 2750 winter changeover. Oh, so apparently this has had winter tires and summer tires. Let's see what else we got here. $354.98. Remanufactured drive axle. CV axle replaced one side. All right, and that was back in 2011. All right, so she's been taken care of. So we know she was running in 2011, so she hadn't been off the road as long as maybe we thought she had. There's all kinds of Les Schwab tire stuff in here. Let's see what else she's had done. Okay. Just need to see if chains will fit. Dan said to stop by, and we would. All right, there we go. I guess we just need to see if the chains will fit. And this was in Sandy, Oregon. Okay. Subaru Justy, back when it had 75,307 miles on it. And that was in, let's see here. What's the date on this thing? Trying not to get the people's names in here. Date, don't see a date. All right, well, don't know when it was. Oh, 2008. So in 2008, it had 75,307 miles, and now she has 86,652 miles. So she was like I said, she was a tow behind. And let's get out here and take a look at this motor. You can tell it has absolutely no muffler at all. But she sounds just fine. A little bit of a, not really a tick. These 3-cylinder motors kind of sound like that. Trying to figure out why. Maybe they were trying to get more air into it, like turning your air filter upside down and trying to get that extra 3 horsepower out of it. I don't know. But whatever the reason, she's a runner. I haven't really tried to drive it and not going to on this episode, but wanted you guys to understand what we went and got and why we got it and how we got it and what we're going to do with it. And what we're going to do with it is we're going to bring her back to life. I think this would be a good one. I think this would be a great winter car here in Colorado for us to beat around in. You know, stick it in 4-wheel drive and then drive it like we stole it. So we may, we'll definitely throw a muffler on her, a new windshield. Windshield's pretty cracked up. It doesn't leak, but it is pretty cracked up. But I think we'll throw some new shoes on her, new brakes, get her running right, put a cooling fan in it because I just never seen one without a cooling fan. And then just drive her like we stole her for a little while, get her cleaned up, and then move her on to its next home. So we'll be probably a couple of months getting this one ready and out the door. Hopefully before Christmas, this one will go out the door. So if it's something you'd like to have as a Christmas present, you let us know. We'll build her the way you want her. Probably not going to put a coat of paint on her, but we'll probably cut this paint, make it look right and good, and make this a good old beater with a heater. Good old daily driver. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with us on this episode. My name is Chad Scott, Whiskey Gas Garage.